examples we've done so far. I want you to talk with your table. First off, do you remember when we were trying to figure out how many valence electrons things were, and we were drawing out entire electron configurations, like chunks, right? That was a waste of time. Now that we have a shortcut, would you like a shortcut for this? So during the test, you don't have to say, okay, Mr. Jenkins, can I have the puzzle pieces, please? No. Chemists don't sit around in laboratories with puzzle pieces trying to figure out what ionic compounds are for, right? So let's look for the shortcut. I want you to look at the relationship between the charge and the subscript. Look at the relationship between the charge and the subscript. Everyone do that on all of these. Charges and subscripts, look at them. Talk to your group, talk to your table about what the pattern is. It is the best shortcut ever when you get it. Guys, the first part of looking at the board to see what the relationship is between the chart and the subscript is to actually look at the board. Okay? So I can tell the people that aren't participating because they are not looking at the board. Very easy for me. Look at the board. What is the relationship between the charge and the subscripts for all of these? There is a very easy to see pattern that you will notice if you just keep looking, especially when you look at this one. What's the relationship? Especially if you look at the very last one, calcium and nitrogen. What's the relationship? What's the pattern? What's the cheat? You see it? Angela, you see it? Guys, 1 and 1. 1 and 1. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 3 and 2. They're just crisscrossed. Okay? That's the shortcut. That's the easy way to do it. Now, what was the last one we just did? You got it sitting out. Oh, it's calcium. It's calcium. What's the charge? +2. Oxygen, -2, right? Awesome. Got it. Woo. Oh, shoot. That's not what you did. Oh, Doc, but I crisscrossed them. Somebody in your notes, go back. What's the definition of a formula unit?
Lowest whole number ratio.
Oh, it's the lowest whole number ratio, right? And a ratio is kind of like a fraction, right? Would I ever write this?
No, sir.
No. Writing 2 and 2 is the same thing as writing a fraction of 2 over 2. It is ridiculous. You write 1 and 1. You reduce. So what I say you do on these is you crisscross and smush. If you can reduce the numbers, you reduce them. Do you have any time again? Perfect. You got time. Take my Okay. We're not gonna. Can you guys? I'll make a note to myself. We're good. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over this later so we can get to our other work. We'll go over properties tomorrow or Tuesday. All right. All right. I want to show you quickly how to do this. The shortcut method, the method I like. Now that you know how this all works, while I'm writing this on the board, please put the puzzle pieces back in the bag. You're not going to need them anymore. We've got a shortcut now. Get them all back in the bag. I don't want any on the floor. If they are, I know where they came from, and I know where to find you. I can look up your address on school sheet. I know everything. I know birthdays. I know parents' names, emails, addresses. I know your weight when you were born. But that's not e-school. It's not in Schoology, but I've got that too. All right. All right. K and S. I also know pediatricians' names. All right. I'm kidding about that. I'm kidding about a lot of things. All right. K and S. I'm not sure where the jokes end and the real begins. I'm not sure. KNS, but I know this is right. Potassium and sulfur, what do? Here's what you do. You don't write the and. Here's what you do. Do you all have an eraser? You cannot write chemical formulas in pen. It's impossible. What? I'll show you why. The way I do it is this. You write potassium and sulfur. You know they're in a bond. What's the charge of potassium? It's 1. Plus 1. What's the charge of sulfur? Minus 2. Then you just say, aha, this 1 goes here. I don't write 1s in the subscript. This 2 goes here. I get out my eraser. You never report a charge in a chemical formula. I'm done. Okay? That's the best way to do it. Now, Na and O. NA's charge, plus 1. O's charge, negative 2. The 1 goes here, the 2 goes here. I get my eraser out. I erase.
That's crazy.
That's as easy as it is. If you get to a point where you have to reduce, you just reduce. If you have a 2 and a 2, you make it a 1 and a 1. If you have a 2 and a 4, you make it a 1 and a 2. Okay? By the way, in order to reduce numbers, you find the biggest number that they both divide by and divide it by that. Okay? On this sheet, guys, I'm mildly concerned that my directions weren't perfectly clear on this sheet. So whenever there was a thing you had to do, I wrote it in a funny font that looks like handwriting, and I made it really light. That's an example of exactly what I want. So if you could please turn this to the back page. Turn this to the page that doesn't have a name spot on it, the back page. As soon as you get it, notice that I want you to write the charge of the ion that might form. See, I wrote like calcium and phosphorus, and then in lead, did everyone get one? Everyone got one? So calcium and phosphorus, and I see how I wrote the charge? I want those charges on your sheet of paper. Then on the front side, I also want a charge. It says predict the charge. You see, in really light writing, I put the charge of magnesium. That means you're going to put the charge of the rest. There's also other questions that I want you to write in writing. They can usually be answered from the notes. I need you to practice this weekend. This is homework. On Tuesday, I will have a Schoology quiz. If you do your homework and you check your work, meaning you look at your notes, you make sure you're doing everything right. If you come here with correct homework, you will very easily, in a minute and a half, you'll get 100% on the homework quiz. Easy. No problem. Just do your homework. If you don't have your homework, the quiz will be timed, and you will run out of time if you don't have the answers right in front of you. Okay? So get that homework done. How much time do we have left today? Like a minute? Awesome. I hope you all have a really awesome weekend. Be safe. You've got 3 days to study chemistry. Right, Antoine? Right, Antoine? 3 days for studying chemistry? Watching the cat.
I'm just watching Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is not studying chemistry. Sorry. Yeah, kind of.